Hello guys, today we will see how to pull out data from a NSE website, mainly option chain. So let's open our VS Code terminal, and first of all we have to go to new terminal and install React. To know how to install React, we can see on a official website. Let's find it out. So here is React. So first of all we have to use this command. Let's copy this one and paste it here. Okay, we can use same name, my app. Press Y, and now our React application has been installed. So meantime, I request to you, please subscribe my channel. This is my first video. If I cannot speak properly, please pardon me. So our application has been installed. Now our next command would be cd my app. You can see here also same, you can just copy paste it here and press enter, then npm start. And you will see soon your web browser will open automatically. And you can see that our application is successfully running. Now let's dive in the code. So open our folder where we had installed our application. Where is it? I think I forgot to select my folder, but we can find it out. Where is installed? Okay, it's in a desktop NSE my app. Okay. Open folder NSE and my app. Okay, let's open this one. Don't worry about this one, this is a very different project. So here we are now. So this one app.js, we don't need anything. So let's clear it out. We can leave our name application. We can leave our application name as it is. Actually, we don't need these things also. Just leave one div tag inside. Logo, delete it, and you can leave if you want, but it's better to clear it out, whatever you don't need. Take out these things we don't need. Alright, So let's see, still running or not. Open terminal. I think our server has been stopped, and we can start again. PM start. Cannot solve my apps source. Okay, so we have to delete one more file. So this file gives an error. Okay, let's take this shit out. Let's see now. Again, index web. Okay, let's save it. I think it's good now. All right. So now we have blank page. Let's test it out. So we have application in our index folder. Let's go to app.js and let's try it if it shows on a browser or not. Let's put any random text and save it. There you go. We have, so our application is successfully running, and now we can start our coding stuff. So first of all, we have to install some library which we're gonna use in this. So we are using a data grid for our library for our table, which will show open interest in a table format. So let's first of all install data grid library. Let's check their documentation. Getting start, overview, data grid, getting start. Okay. So for X data grid, we have a dependency of material. Let's actually okay, let's install this material first. So copy this line, open new terminal, and paste it here. After that, we will install this data grid. So now install a data grid library and npm install. So we have successfully installed our library. And we are not going to use any different folder. We're going to import everything in application folder because our application is very small, so we don't need to use any different folder structures. And if you want, you can use it. That's all up to you how you want. Okay. So first of all, we need our use state and use effect library from React. So let's import those one. Then we need to import data grid. And some more dependencies from material UI core. All right. And we're gonna use a fetch function from React in order to get data from NSE website. So first of all, we will make one function because I don't want to mess up with the use effect. So my function name is fetching data, and I will explain you everything what we are going to do here. So okay, fetching data out of a function, then we are fetching with fetch function. This is our NSE India option chain, and the symbol is Bank Nifty. In order to take out option chain of Bank Nifty, method is get, and we have to pass header also as a option parameter for fetch. And after that, we have to, because fetch application, it returns promise. So let's write the promise function. So if response is okay, return response.json. Then, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, that we have to use our we have to define use state also. So define these three use state before fetching data. You may not understand why I write this one, get data, set OI, expiry date and spot, but I will explain you later on, because we need these three type of data in order to take care of our table elements. Okay, so we were here, return JSON, then JSON, it will take JSON data object and set spot, which we have defined here. Set spot is spot, so this will set data in spot, and we defined expiry data, exp data. It will set data in expiry date, and same as that OI will set data in get data variable. So after all this, now it's time to define our use effect function. I'm just copy pasting from my working code, so you can type it. You can slow down and pause this video and type as you can see on screen. So inside use effect, we are passing our function fetching data. So on first render, this function will run fetching data. And after that, we have to set interval. So on a given time, this function will run again. So I set 50,000 millisecond as parameter in order to set my fetch data, in order to run my fetching data function again. So our function will finish here, use effect function. Okay, first of all, we have to check in console that are we able to fetch data from a NSE website or not. So console log get data, expiry data, and spot get data. So first of all, console log get data. Let's see what's inside get data. And save it, then go to browser, React, inspect page, and let's see in console what's the output of this. Where is fucking console? Okay, I'm sorry guys. Receiving and does not exist. Module not found. It seems we have to install one more library. No problem. Let's check it here. Material UI core. Everything available on internet. Just copy this one and install. Install now. Let's see if that error has gone or not. Okay. Okay. I think only make styles were making problem, so we have deleted that one. Let's see. Okay, now it says get HTTP 401 error. Okay, let's try again. All right. So as you can see, we can get a response from server. So what we have here, this is very important. So we had a console log. We had a console log get data. So what we have in get data, we are getting strike price, expiry date, and option chain. You can see change in open interest, identifier, last price, open interest, and strike price. So that's all we need. And other than that, we need a expiry date and what is current price of underlying. So in our application, we are using Bank Nifty. So if we console log this expiry date, you will see all expiry dates will be available. Let's replace this one, save it, reload. There you go. So let's try again. Okay. So now you can see our all expiry dates which are available on website. You can see it here. So this expiry date also we need. Other than that, we need a current price that we got from this search spot. So copy this one and test it here. Series. Reload. Okay. So in this data set, you can get a index name, Nifty Bank, then last price, low price, and upper price. So what we need? We need a last price. So this key we need to fetch from this data set. Alright. This is a very important. So first of all, let's get a current expiry date. So how we get this one? Current expiry date. So I'm taking one more. I'm using one more what you call a use state. So this is our use state, selected expiry, and by default we are giving expiry date as 0. So as I show you here, that we are getting open interest data from this get data function. Now let's take one variable keys. And paste equal to, then use object dot keys and pass a variable get data, and if get data has data, then we will filter it out. How we filter? Use filter function, give it parameter, give it variable data, then use arrow function, get data, and pass data inside, and we will filter by expiry date. So expiry date is equal to selected expiry date. Then take default value of expiry date. And take first variable, it will be first value of let me zoom it out first. Okay, data, get data, select, open, close, close. Copy this again. All right. So now let's see what we got in keys. So console log keys. Refresh again. So we have all keys which have data of current expiry. So we have to map it with the map function in order to get our final. So if we do let me zoom in. So in our key variable we have all data, so make it const final data equal to keys. If keys has data, then keys dot map and we are using a value and index as I. All right. Use a arrow function. Am I doing something wrong here? No. Okay. So let's test it first. So if you need value dot strike, actually we have to do one get data, then value For which value? For C and dot strike price. Let's test it first. Console.log final data. Okay, let's make it return. Save it. Go to browser and check your it gives some error. It doesn't show anything here. Let's see what's wrong here. So final data, C strike price. Okay, let's see what's key name on our data. So copy this one, get data. And paste it here. Save it. Okay, let's minimize the timeout so we can get it more data more frequently. Where is it? Where is my function? Make it one. So you can see from this table we have to write our key name exactly the same. As you can see here, strike price S small, P capital, expiry date E small and D capital, and same applicable for all keys, change open interest and everything. So we have to copy these keys and paste in there. So as you can see, I wrote here strike price S small and P capital, and then console final data. It will give me all keys for current expiry. And go down here and you can see here these all keys for current expiry. But we need these all data in array, so let's delete this one. And we have to return array, return so we in order to make a key pair value, first we define our key and then value. So this is our key, new key for final data array. Send I is our ID, like 1 2 3 4 5 ID, and for strike price so by typing final data dot strike we can get current expiry, current strike price. So do same for all. And now if you print final data, let's see what we get in console. So we are getting object, so we can do it as stringify and see how's the output. JSON dot stringify. So you can see we are getting ID, strike price, PE price, C mean change open interest in CE, and PE change in open interest. So we can let's do some beautify so you can see it clear. What we do, null and 4. Okay, let's see now. We'll see it better. Okay. As you can see, because we are cutting all key pairs, ID, strike price, P price, and that's all we need for our data table. Okay. First of all, define our columns. So our first column is ID, then strike, and the header name is strike, and field is strike, then COI. That means C call, open interest, and C price, and P change OI mean put change open interest, and header name is change P. And same thing for this. You can pause video and copy these all. You can get a better now. Start from here to here. All right. Now we have to make one list for our expiry dates. So this function will show all expiry date in list. After that, we will make one handle function which we are gonna use later on in our data grid. Let's define it here. Set value, retarget value, and we can console log on to see on our console. Now our return part, let's delete this one. Define form control. Everything should be in these two div tags. Then our inform control, define our input label. So we will show on a browser, select expiry, and when somebody select we will fire this handle change, which will fire this function. Set ID as expiry date. Then our in menu item, we will show expiry date. Actually, I defined this my EX just for show on console. Okay, after menu item, actually by default it will show expiry date 0 means current expiry, but you can select from max 4 expiry dates, because on another expiry dates you will find some missing data. So expiry date 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then close select. And save it. And you can select any expiry from here. And this will be your console log on our console. All right. Now we work on our table. Let's set a height and width for our table. Then define data grid data. So define a column, and let me see how this arrow started. Copy data style, div style actually. Okay. Now we can paste our data grid rows. and columns, then we close our data grid here. I think I missed one step. Range not defined. Okay. Actually, what is range? I'm not output. Let me show you first without range. Then you will have a better idea. Close. One more close. Okay. So let's save this one. And as you can see our strike price. And let's make it full width 100%. Here you go. As you know, sometimes this NSE website doesn't respond and you may not see data. But as you can see, we are getting current expiry data, open interest, change in open interest, and you can select higher open interest from this one, and you can sort it out, and you can see strike price, open interest, and this is highest open interest on 36,000 strike price. And you can see strike price, and you can change data also here. And sometimes these are not liquid, so you may see some error, and so you have to refresh it again. Okay. So as you can see, here we have 107 lines. And do you think we need these all lines from data from all strike price? Actually, I want to minimize it to like 5% up and down, so that's why I used a range. So how we define the range? Let's see now. So after all these, let's define the range here. So range is function which takes parameter of spot price, and we are using only 5% up and down. So just copy paste this code from here to here, and this will define the range. And in order to use range, we have to select our upper and lower range in data grid rows. So this will be our final code. Let me zoom out. So copy this code and paste it there and save it. Let's see now. what we get in. So as you can see, now we have only 35 rows, and we have data from 32,900 to, I'm sorry, that's okay, 32,900 to 36,300. So this is 5% range that we get, sufficient to see only this much range. I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. In next one, we will show open interest and change in open interest on chart, and after that we will try to make a Node.js server and save all data in our server. So please subscribe my channel and stay tuned till next video. Thank you guys. That's it for today.